Well, the FedEx guy just stopped. You know, I was beginning to worry. I ordered these parts Monday. And the girl said that, you know, she'd give me a tracking number and the whole 9 yards, and I never saw the tracking number. You know, well, then the 4th of July came around, still never saw no tracking number. So today was the day I was going to actually call them. I looked them up on the internet to get their phone number and was going to check on this tracking number, but then I heard the dogs go crazy, and then the FedEx guy stopped. So this is what I ordered for the Volkswagen. Let me get everybody situated here. Alright, let's see what's in the box. I know what's in it, but you guys don't. Pretty crappy packaging, really. I mean, this box probably weighs 25-30 pounds. Bag of grade 8 nuts and bolts. You guys down there. That's a sway bar link. So everybody guesses what these are. This is the whole front suspension, left and right, for my 3-legged Passat. Tie rod in. Yeah, there's two of those boxes. That's an upper control arm. Yep. Yeah, at least I got the bushings pushed in right. And a lot of these kits you get, these bushings are in wrong. And if you notice, all of the lateral, or all of the load on these bushings are this way and this way. So if you notice, there's holes in the tops of the rubber bushings. If you put them in crooked, or if you put the holes to the back, then there's no support for the suspension. That's, you know, the number one thing when you take one out of the box. That's what you look for. And these are the lowers here. Or these are the lowers. This is I wonder when I did that. I just stuck the nut in the package. Can't they put the nut on the tie rod? Okay, yeah, this is the front lower. I'm trying to see if I can find a bottom lower. So you can see the, here's probably a bottom. Big old bottom. Yep, that's another damn upper, or in the front. I hear big box. Yep, that's it. Another one with the nut just laying in the package. This is the one I showed you in the other video where the bushing was gone and it was tore up. Yep, that will be the passenger, the driver's side. This one here will be. But there it is. There's my front suspension. So I guess that means I got to get up and do something today. I did come down here, I don't know, an hour or so ago, and went and tore the rubber, took all the plastic off, put the rubber seals back in, put the seals around the doors, put the chrome trim back on. So, see, it's all black. All black. Because what I did is I taped behind and stuck the plastic to it. But up here, there's a headliner, so I couldn't get behind this metal lip up here. So what I did is I taped about 1/4 of an inch onto this lip. And then, you know, actually, you can see it right there. So, but anyways, that's it. I got to get the car moved around. I did a dumbass thing yesterday. You know, we had these storms blow in here. And I had this car sitting on that jack under the front suspension, or under the subframe. And I just pushed it out the building and let it dry. Well then, you know, they called for the 60-mile-an-hour winds and hail, and I'm thinking, shit, I don't want to have to fix hail dents. So I came down here, I put clean shorts on, clean shirt, came down here, I grabbed onto the jack handle and started pulling the thing in the building. And I'm telling you, this is how high I had the front end up. That's a foot off the ground right there. I pulled that jack out from under that car and slid halfway across this shop floor on my back. As a matter of fact, if you look right there, you can see the skid mark from me sliding on my back. I'll tell you what, I'm sore today. Felt like somebody damn kicked me in the back. But, I pulled all of my my tape off my glass because, you know, the paint, I don't know, makes some funky ass chemical reaction with the tape, and if you leave it on there, that shit gets hard and brittle and it won't come off with the shit. So I just take it off and retape it. It's no big deal. It takes me an hour to tape this car off. And then got a lot of dust on this side. No, that's just dust from being in the building. But other than that, I don't know much of shit. I gotta get oil pan on that motor. The oil pan is actually in the parts washer over there. And get these parts here out to the storage building. And then, God, I gotta get this place cleaned up. It's my paint mixing mess. Alright, this is what we're working on this morning. Got all my parts unpackaged and laid out. Tie rod ends, end links, 2 lower rear control arms, lower front on the end, and then them 4 in the middle are uppers. Got all the nuts and bolts. There's my spindle, my brake rotor and hose, and the strut and stuff I need for this side. So I'll just start putting parts on. Alright, I don't know if you can see this too well, but this lower control arm here, the bolt is supposed to go in this side. Okay, from this side in. But here's the problem. If you see, it hits the floor and goes in at about a 15 or 20 degree angle, and can't get it in the bushing and get it lined up and over there right. So what I do is I can get them out. I beat the shit out of them to get them out. But there's a hole up in here. And if you're pretty good with your 2 fingers here, well, maybe. This is actually the hole to stick the wrench up in and take the thing apart. So. That's it. And put the nut on the back side now. Instead of having the nut on the front side, the nut's on the back side. It's just that simple. Okay, on this side, you'll notice this ball joint points up. This one here will point down, and the little dimples will face towards the rear of the car. Now you have to take this sway bar mount loose. It's 3 bolts, or 18 millimeter. They pop right loose. Takes 30 seconds to get them off. So you can get this bolt in here. or it'll hit. Okay. That's it for that. We'll get a couple wrenches, we'll snug these up, but you don't want to tighten anything up on this thing yet. You want to get all the suspension in, get everything put together, get the motor in the car, get all the body pieces on the car, set the car on the ground. Mash it up and down a couple times to kind of, you know, settle the suspension, and then you come under here and tighten everything up. Alright, now you can see I've got my upper control arms in and my strut. These are just, you know, just sitting there. They're just hand tight. You have to put these on with the strut off because you cannot get these bolts out at all. So you can get the back one out, but you can't get the front one out. So, and then you just put your strut in here with a bolt and get your spindle and stick it all together. There we go. One new front end. Stabilizer link, 2 lower control arms, 2 upper control arms. She's all back together. Nice and tight now. That's it. I have to do the other side.